It's Bob and Tom This Week, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
There's Josh Arnold, the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick.
Yes, getting ready for a big weekend. Tom will tell you about that in a second.
Oh, yeah. There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold. There's
huge
Tom
weekend.
Griswold. Tom, tell us about that huge weekend he's talking
It's
about.
unbelievable. Donnie Baker's going to be at the Liberty Funny Bone.
There it is.
In, Greater Cincinnati. And then, if I'm not mistaken, what day is today? Is today Thursday?
Yeah,
Donnie's at Side Splitters in Tampa tonight.
All right.
And then, oh, wait a second. And then Willie is at the Jukebox Comedy Club in Peoria. Oh, along with Josh Arnold.
That's right.
Those are going to be great shows Friday and Saturday. And then Mr. Godwin is at the Liederkranz.
That's right.
In Mansfield, Ohio.
Show me up.
Just on Saturday night. That'll be a great show.
Pat, do you think Tom has any idea what he just did to me in the green room?
No.
What happened? Clueless?
Oh, I love these stories.
He bought it in line.
Now, at the risk of sounding like Tom, what's the ultimate? Remember, you were getting coffee one morning.
Yeah, the coffee was pouring out of the Keurig into my mug.
Yeah.
Tom walked
coming out of the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's, oh, God, I need some coffee. Pulls my mug out while it's running. Puts his cup underneath. He goes, what? And then sees some spilled coffee. He goes, somebody made a mess here. Well, this wasn't as bad, but it was Pat. I walk in the same time as Pat. Pat's at the Keurig machine. I go, I'll go after you.
Yeah.
And because we all have to wait.
Right.
And as we're talking, Tom comes. Pat finishes. He gets his coffee. Tom, just butted right in front of me.
I didn't know you were in line.
I didn't know you were in line.
My mug was sitting there.
And I'm glad I did, because then you put tap water in the machine after a...
Yeah, I did. There's a filter in the thing.
Yeah, and it heats up the water, too.
But I am with Tom on this now.
You're supposed to use the other water.
Yeah, I'm going to start using the other water.
But, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were in line.
So how's your hot breakfast beverage?
This is a delightful rooibos tea, or rooibos, or however you pronounce it.
Oh.
Is that caffeine free?
Yeah.
How many things do you think you absolutely miss in a day? You're just like...
Plenty.
I had no idea. I didn't... there's this weird guy eating lunch next to me. Elvis. Turned out it was Elvis Presley. I had no idea. Just bushy sideburns. That's all I saw.
When was the last time you drove by the exit on the freeway you were supposed to get off?
I've done it. That's for sure. Yeah.
How many times have you done it this week?
It's been a while.
A couple, maybe.
But I don't go anywhere. So
okay. It's been a while. Now, coming up, it's going to be the Oxford Golden Oldie. With a reference to a couple pretty interesting news stories involving media rights. But right now, we turn it back to Jessica Alsman sitting in for Christy. What have you got over there?
A new rent-a-person business in Japan allows customers to rent fat people.
Is that right?
Sora News 24
news on your side
reports that the company named Debu Kari, from the Japanese words debu, meaning fat, and kariru, meaning rent, claims it is...
Well, don't you read right to left? It's rent fat.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that Japan, or is that...
I guess,
right, yeah.
I forget where.
I guess you do, Tom.
No, I guess. Is it up and down? I don't know.
Debu Kari claims it is promoting progression away from an era where being fat had a negative image. Debu Kari said they can provide commercial clients with plus-sized models and extras for photo shoots and video projects.
Well, that's different.
Do you pay by the hour or by the pound?
Fair question.
As for why individuals would want to rent an overweight person, Debu Kari suggests they can help eating a crazy large portion menu item at a restaurant. They could help pick out a present for someone heavyset. They can offer advice. They can join you on a seesaw.
No!
Hilarious.
Join you on a seesaw, John.
One-sided game. It's got to be 2 versus 1, that one.
Or pose with you in a photo to make you look thinner.
This is all pretty evil.
Another important point is that Debukari is not a romantic escort, erotic entertainment, or otherwise titillating service.
No, that's Debukaki, which is when fat people.
There's no sex allowed.
It's really a mess. You
But
don't wanna-
the company charges $19 an hour for non-business rentals.
This does speak to a theory I've always had. I've always thought that women will like a bigger guy like me because I do make the girls that I'm with look smaller in photos, and I think they secretly like it.
Boy, that you'd have to ask. Well, Jess, what are your thoughts on that?
I think so. But same time, I feel like if I'm as big as Donnie, so we're the same size.
Okay.
I guess. But my friend, she's got a husband.
A fat boyfriend?
No, he's not fat at all. He's like more of a brawny man.
A real
like,
chubber?
He could cut down a tree or something. So she's like, no, he just wraps around me like a bear. Keeps me warm. So
Feels more safe, secure.
I think so.
So you're supposed to rent someone who is somewhat hefty to go
help you finish a meal, potentially. Clean up that plate.
This is insane.
I'm not going to eat all this. Can you help me?
Can I run a fat person to finish this?
I don't understand the seesaw.
No.
Like I want to
Okay.
go
Here's
fast.
I finally found that. Here is a picture, and these guys are all fairly hefty. This guy sumo level,
Wow.
big fella.
Sumo level.
Yeah, this one guy is very, very big, but they seem to be very happy in these photographs.
Is that a picture of him at the restaurant eating?
Yeah, here's a picture of this guy literally stuffing his face. I mean, aren't there websites where you can, or excuse me, aren't there is a place you can watch, I guess, YouTube videos of people?
Yeah, what are those
that
called? Mukbang
of
or
a
something
certain
like that?
size eating?
Oh, are there?
Yeah, it's just eating videos. Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I would totally do that. I have no integrity, but I would definitely get rented out and just, go ruin someone's holiday party. You know, they hate their boss. I go eat all the snacks at the holiday party. Absolutely, I'd do that.
Chick always had an idea. We often get invited to weddings of people we don't know. And
Yep.
Chick has said we should accept one time.
We just should be
walk in, pull chairs right up to the buffet.
like Aykroyd and Belushi and the Blues Brothers throwing each other shrimp.
How much for the women?
Yes. The little girl.
I want to buy your children.
Coming up, we're going to speak with the winner of our pigskin pick'em from last week. Once again, I'll remind you, you've got to get your picks in before this evening because the NFL weekend is Thursday through Monday, and you got to pick all the games, 16 games, and another this winter another 15 correct ones.
15 out of 16.
Wow. And you can win a great big green egg mini max.
Pigskin Pick'em, also the name of that fat person rental company.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. How about you? Christy Lee today is at a dude ranch in suburban Phoenix. No, she's out there. She's riding and roping.
Riding a dude.
And
Maybe riding on a dude ranch. I think. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You misread that.
Jessica Alsman's here at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hi,
The
Chick.
Oxford Gold Group Performance Room. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Hi, Josh.
Chick, how the heck are you?
He's the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. I'm okay.
How about a hug and a kiss on the top of the head?
When we play commercials. Hi, there's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold. And here's Tom, everybody.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I forgot to ask you, Chick. Yesterday was the 45th anniversary of your first appearance on the radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that your first professional appearance, or were you involved in like the high school radio show?
Actually, I was. Yeah, I was on, I forget the call letters, but I was on a little station in London, Ohio there for a little bit.
Did you get yourself in trouble on that one, too?
Yeah, I wanted to play Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they wouldn't let me.
Why not?
They didn't play that kind of music, and I didn't understand formats and things like that.
And racism? It was before you were aware of
We like to play Pat Boone.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the school you didn't understand other people's.
Right.
Yeah.
You were the young progressive, see.
That's right. I was in love with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, who isn't?
Yeah, man.
Terrific. Now, did you have a fun day celebrating?
Yeah, it was good. Had a great day.
Okay, good. I'm glad you did. Write that day down so we can celebrate 46. So the big 50th, just 5 years away.
Yeah, here's fingers crossed.
Well, you'll be in here.
Yeah. Ace does not speak at my funeral, by the way. Remember that.
I knew him.
But no, Ace does speak.
What's funny about that? Why are you laughing? I don't get it.
Well, it's
The deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
You're not going to believe this, but yesterday I actually paid somebody to knock me out, shove a foreign object up my keister,
yes,
and film the whole thing.
Wow.
Or as my doctor called it, a colonoscopy.
That was Ace Cosby.
First off,
I don't know what you're...
get a different doctor, one who can pronounce the procedures.
and knows what it's called.
His words, not mine.
Yeah, it's not his fault. It's somebody else's word. I loved it. He didn't invent that word. You can't blame him, man. Come on.
Have you had a colonoscopy?
Me? Yeah. I don't know if I'm due or not. I might be due, actually.
Joshy?
Yes, I have. Not bad.
Really?
Yeah, it really isn't.
Oh, no, I have. I certainly have had one.
Oh, it's delightful. A little twilight sleep for that ass. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know about your doc, but they've got it so instead of having to drink that gigantic 3 gallons of orange juice, they've got it down to like a little regular water glass.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
And what I like about it was the doctor was absolutely correct. She said, when you drink this, you will need to be visiting a toilet within in approximately 30 minutes. 29 minutes, 45 seconds, I went from sitting to sprinting.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, I was amazingly quick.
I was criticized by my doctor for the job I'd done cleaning myself out. I had not done a good enough job.
Oh.
Did you follow the instructions and drink the fluid?
I sure did.
But things were still a little,
I was just, that's what,
a little
my
muddy
dad,
in there.
Some people are so full that
my dad said that that's why I have brown eyes, because I'm full of right up to my forehead.
Well, this actually,
Get that?
you need please consult a medical professional with respect to this particular procedure. Very important for many people.
Yeah. Oh, don't do it on your own. Okay, thanks, Tom.
At what age are you supposed to go?
That keeps changing. I'm not sure.
I think it should be earlier.
I think it's like 40 or something, right?
I think
It depends on family history.
Medical history.
Stuff.
Yes. Like I said,
ask your doctor.
Talk to a medical professional.
Yeah.
But that kind of reminds me.
You can play with your butt at any age. It's all right.
That's true. You can.
there
Nobody's
you
going to
go.
stop you.
What? Tom, he's not wrong.
I'm sure.
And there, my friends, is Tom Griswold, our founder, our leader.
Oh, thank you very much. You're like that founder thing. Yeah. One of the few founders you can still leave the plaque up. Things are going.
As far as we know.
Yeah. Now, let's see, where were we? Oh, I know. We had a story about Michelangelo's David. And in Dubai, they're doing a special exhibit, but the statue is sort of between 2 floors, so the average person, when they get in, can only see it from sort of the belly button up. They don't want people to view the exposed male member.
Because of the children.
If they're letting VIPs see it, is it a censorship thing or just a money grab thing?
Money.
Yeah, you have to get, I think you have to be of some sort of privileged position to go to the other floor to see.
Oh, okay.
Because you literally would go to it. It looks like you'd, from this picture, the photograph, it looks like you'd go down below to the next floor. That's got to be an odd view. You just see the...
Yeah. Can you see? That is weird.
You would just see it from the male member down.
Oh.
I don't know much about Dubai, but I also don't know much about science book. But I think...
How about history?
Isn't there a chance VIP just means the guys?
Yeah. Or very important penis. I don't know.
But yeah, just for the fellas. Get a
we can't have our women looking at this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're certainly not going to... It's not like you look at that and go, wow, I wish I had one that big at home.
I know, but I don't know what they're...
Okay. Well, Pat has a song about this from his new album called Way Back When, which, by the way, has been #1 through #3 on the various comedy album charts in the United States for, 3 weeks?
2 weeks it's been out, yeah.
2 weeks,
All right.
okay, the 2 weeks, which is great. And the album has some of the classics, like Nobody Has Pubes Anymore, a song that won the International Comedy Songwriting Competition,
Couple years
ladies and
back,
gentlemen. And some other great stuff. But I think we can play this classic from Pat. It's a short song. And it's about a about your physique. And it kind of takes in a little bit of this thing about Michelangelo's David. Let's give this a shot, see if you enjoy it.
I am a true man of the world. I stand here with my flag unfurled. I'm a gorgeous melting pot of humanity. But one physical flaw is such a blow to my vanity. I have a cute English nose. Like the Swedes, I'm the leanest. I have huge Austrian pecs, but a Greek statue penis. I'm hung like ancient art. That's what came between us. You like my Roman hands, but not my Greek statue penis. I'm no Norse god, neither grower nor shower. I have a pint-sized package like the javelin thrower. Go ahead, take a peek at my tiny little Greek physique. I'm a strong Irish liver and a Japanese like a genius. A big American gut and a Greek statue penis. Salty Brazilian nuts and a Greek statue penis. I have a Greek physique.
I've a Greek physique.
That's my favorite part.
Very nice.
I have a Greek physique.
Pat Godwin from the album. Once again, it's called Way Back When. And I, as someone who is involved in the production of this, I would like to say that there's nothing funnier than bringing in a high-quality string section. You know, just really great professional musicians,
And then keeping the lyrics down.
and you bring in the the violin player and the viola player, kind of looks like she's a librarian, and you walk out to the room and you go, okay, this is a song called Greek Statue Penis, and they're so hip, they are so happy, they get it, they're having so much fun because ordinarily they're
Not working?
Replaced by keyboards?
Yeah. It's a very interesting job. You know?
These are professionals that work all the time, and they play with the symphony, you see.
Oh, a symphony. I
And
didn't think of the symphony.
it's kind of for them, it's different than going in and working on the latest
That's for sure.
Beethoven or whatever. I don't think
The latest Beethoven?
I don't think Beethoven wrote any
He pretty
cool
much kind of
songs.
finished his catalog.
This
didn't
one's
he?
called Dick, Doc. Get it?
It'd kind of be like if one of us left here and then went out and did something that mattered.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's got to be a good feeling.
Something with some gravitas. if you will. One time, one of the
Oh, you don't need a dick joke? Okay.
one of the cello players
Jello.
has a
There's always room for cello.
yes, he has a bow.
Yeah.
You know, the bow thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
No, that would be possible. That is probably worth 5 times your car.
Is that right?
Just the bow?
Just the bow.
I can't wait to snap it in half.
Yeah.
So this is what you get for having a lavish bow.
He has it because he's a brilliant musician.
Are they that expensive? Seriously?
But yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's
There's-
ridiculous.
Well, sometimes you get some very special stuff. I love the way that he refers to his cello as his axe, like you would a guitar. Love all that stuff.
He sounds insufferable.
You're not helping.
Like he listens.
Next time the consensuals have a session, I guess it'll just be a synth.
808, baby. 808.
Others would go with a synth there. No, we're doing a song about a Greek statue penis. I want live strings.
Yes.
That's who I am as a producer. How can I make this complicated and expensive?
William Shatner has safely returned from his trip to space aboard a Blue Origin rocket. The 90-year-old actor became the oldest person in space after blasting off on Wednesday with 3 other passengers in the fully automated capsule.
All right.
The capsule traveled to an altitude of 66.5 miles over the West Texas desert before safely parachuting back to Earth. The flight lasted just over 10 minutes. Shatner told Jeff Bezos, "What you have given me is the most profound experience."
We have the audio, or at least part of it. Here we go. This is Mr. William Shatner.
What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm so filled with emotion about what just happened. It's extraordinary. I hope I never recover from this. I hope that I can maintain what I feel now. I don't want to lose it.
So beautiful.
Beautiful, yes, beautiful in its way, but...
No, I mean your words.
Oh, my words.
It's just amazing.
I love William Shatner.
Welcome once again to the Maudlin Fest. No, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. No, you're amazing.
Jeff Bezos was so moved he took off his aviator sunglasses.
He did. Wow, boy,
Is that going to be the new look? Is that because
I think
the president?
they're very hot right now. Aviators.
I'm sticking with the Ray-Bans.
Well, you can get Ray-Ban aviators. You can get Ray-Bans.
Yeah, you mean the Wayfarers.
I mean, is that what they're called, the Wayfarers?
Wayfarers.
Okay, yeah.
You got your Wayfarer. You got Clubmaster.
Nicholson always wore the aviator Ray-Bans. But now President Biden's wearing them all the time.
I think the most iconic aviators is Top Gun, right?
I think so.
They wear the square ones. Yes.
I thought they flipped it.
Nope. All the pilots wear those squarey ones.
In the movie,
all of them.
Okay.
You're talking about in the movie, Willie? Mm-hmm. And you're talking about in real life, Tom?
Yeah, in real life pilots. I'm telling you.
Okay. No. You guys are talking about two different things.
What?
So
but they're both made by the Ray-Ban people.
Well, I understand.
Yay. Buckle up. This is insane.
Now, once again, sometimes we find stuff to argue about.
That's from the movie.
Okay.
Here, yeah, so...
He's only 5'7". You know Tom Cruise is only 5'7"?
People in media communications, the communication around here is...
I know.
I'm going to say sickening.
Life is like a card game. You can't tell anybody anything. Josh, remember that.
Now, I'm reading about this from yesterday. This is kind of interesting. Shatner said he's going to write a song about this.
Oh, that's nice.
It says Shatner, who has released over 10 albums as a recording artist, says he plans to write a song about the experience for his next album.
I'd like to hear it.
You want to hear it?
You helped.
Holy hell.
I know how it goes. Are you ready?
Okay, this is exciting.
Back away a little more. Or Ace, maybe.
That's why
You've got control over there.
How about you? That's right. I would be Pollo on Univision.
Chicken.
Pollo is chicken. Yeah. I guess poi would be chick. I don't know. Pollo. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show, October 12, 2021. Boy, that's something. 10122021. Uh-oh. That means something. Jess Hooker's here.
It must.
What?
It must mean something.
It must mean something. Christy is, she quit. And she's writing a book in the French countryside. There's Pat Godwin.
Hi.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Going through some overnights. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Chickster.
And, ladies and gentlemen, Willie's father, biologically, and our father, tangentially. Here's Tom Griswold. Yada-da-da.
Means there, I'm the titular head of the...
You are the titular head. That's exactly right.
I think it's pronounced titular.
It's titular.
It's a great word, though. I had to look that one up. Well, welcome to the show.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Already?
I'm doing crossword puzzles now, and I can't stop. I found this app where when you fill out the clue, if you're right, it dings.
Oh, so it's real satisfying?
Yes. Each and every clue is so satisfying. Like, oh, this is Nomad. Nomad. Ding! Oh, yeah. It's the best.
What's that called? A Pavlovian response?
Yeah. Sure. So every time I hear the doorbell ring, I feel really good. Instead of
that's nice.
dreading someone coming over.
Right. You should be having fun with some crossword puzzles. We had a lot of big sports news today.
Oh, yeah? What happened? Anything happened?
Speaking of tangential, Vaughn Meter is in sport.
Vaughn Meter?
Well,
that's a wild reference.
Yeah, by the way, I do want to say that coming up a little bit later on today, we're going to send one out to the guy who will be on the Beltway in Washington, D.C.
No kidding.
In about an hour. He wants to hear a little bit of Count Flatula.
They're in the
remind
DMV?
me to bring that back. In D.C., which, speaking of Washington...
And tangents.
Yeah, they're in the news, and then this gets pretty serious. Ace, I hope you're sitting down.
I think if anything goes wrong in the National Football League, it can't. All roads lead back, as far as wrong goes, to the Washington football team. Here we go. Here's your headline, kids. And in case you missed this last night, John Gruden is out as coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Emails Gruden sent before being hired in 2018 contained racist, homophobic, and misogynistic comments. Gruden released a statement last night saying he's stepping down after the New York Times reported that Gruden frequently used misogynistic and homophobic language directed at Commissioner Roger Goodell and others in the league. It was a quick downfall for Gruden in the fourth year of a 10-year, $100 million contract. Don't know what kind of release they negotiated. He signed with that back with the Raiders in 2018. It started Friday when the Wall Street Journal reported that Gruden used a racist term to describe NFL Union Chief DeMaurice Smith in a 2011 email to former Washington football team executive and piece of Bruce Allen.
Boy, that Wall Street Journal loves to snitch, doesn't it?
They know what's going on.
Well, this is gotcha culture.
So there you go.
Oh, just remember, every email you write, eventually someone else is going to be looking at it.
Yeah. But that begs the question, certainly you don't want to turn your back on something like this, but how far do you dig? I mean, with anybody.
Well, apparently they've gone through 10,000 emails. They're investigating the Washington Football Club and their toxic, so-called toxic environment. And
yeah, that was the big story
Gruden
last
was working
year.
for ESPN, just corresponding with the guy, and was using a bunch of...
Well, and Gruden and Bruce Allen are old friends from Tampa when they won the Super Bowl there.
One of the things I read this morning, that they were exchanging photographs, I believe it was described as, of women only wearing bikini bottoms.
Who were?
Gruden, and I believe it was Bruce Allen.
Two grown men sharing some topless photos? They both work for the NFL? This is an outrage.
They have testosterone? Wait a minute. Easy, big fella. What am I doing?
There are some other unfortunate, there's some direct reference to a specific player and his lifestyle choices.
Oh, that's a shame.
Are directly, but I'm just saying, it's a pretty... damning to a degree, so they're going to just remember when you write an email, someone eventually is going to see it.
I guess Gruden and the owner of the Raiders, Mark Davis, winner of the genetic lottery. Mark Davis, evidently they're big friends, and Gruden always wanted to be a Raider, and he looks upon that franchise as the most revered in the league. And
well, he was, and then he went to Tampa,
and then he
beat the Raiders.
Well, he got traded from the Raiders to Tampa Bay, and
won a Super Bowl.
And he and Davis Davis called it the 7-year dance. He tried to get Gruden to come out and coach the Raiders for almost 10 years. And
this is going to be hard to have a conversation about, because because what I'm about to say will sound like I'm defending him a little bit, but I'm not. But do we really think he's the only football coach ever to use this sort of language?
Okay, well, this goes back to my Houston Astros thing. And they caught him for cheating because they're the only team in Major League Baseball who's ever cheated. Yeah, that's a great point. I think it's a great point.
I mean, to accuse the NFL of having toxic masculinity, that's all it is.
Even in high school, this exists.
Exactly.
Name calling and finding out, what are you? Stuff like that, and going for whatever minority they are.
I think that's going away. But
you're Greek Orthodox. You are.
It's got to the point where it's even hard to describe what some of the language is. I was going to say the F word, but it's not that F word. It's the other one.
Yes.
And he used that towards a player of whose lifestyle, he's a gay man?
Yes.
Yeah, man. That's to me, that's the bad thing. You can't do it.
Joking is joking.
Exactly.
Talking about a specific individual.
It's specifically Michael Sam.
So here's the thing. I always admired David Letterman for just coming clean when it came out that he was sleeping with other women and stuff.
He was accountable.
He came out and he said, I was wrong and I'm sorry. And everybody moved on. Like, why can't we do that? Why do we have to cancel every single person?
Oh, I got you. Well, Gruden came out.
Gruden apologized several times.
Yeah, and then he's the thing that Urban Meyer said where he didn't want to be a distraction, but this time the distraction is walking away and resigning.
Right.
Here's some of the quote here. Gruden used a gay slur to insult Goodell, the commissioner.
Called Goodell that word. Yes.
And then he said he shouldn't have pressured the Rams to draft. This is the problem, Josh, is when you can't even read this stuff out loud. The Q word.
Yeah, specifically using a slur about
directly reference
about Michael Sam.
Yeah, directly referencing them.
All right.
And then
good.
It says Gruden responded to a sexist meme of a female official by saying, "Nice job, Roger."
Oh, okay. That's also kind of problematic.
What?
That's not a good look.
How is that?
It's a female referee. She's working for the NFL. That would be
Tom calls all of you guys ladies every day.
My high school football coach, when we were losing, all right, ladies, get your head out of here.
Right?
Yes, but that's not.
Okay.
What Gruden did is if I sent Tom an email, a picture of you, and said, "Hey, good job, Tom."
Yeah.
Well,
that's not.
And then it continues. Gruden and former Washington executive Bruce Allen shared, I'm quoting here,
that guy,
images of women wearing only bikini bottoms. Oh, it gets worse, including one photo of 2 Washington team cheerleaders. So I don't know. It's a little rough.
I'm on the fence with that.
And keep in mind, the Raiders have a gay player, a defensive lineman who's great. Carl
Nassib, is that
Nassib, yeah. He's great.
So who knows? Anyway, I won't even continue with my Vaughn Meter references.
Why? So Vaughn Meter, this was part of this?
Well,
there was a guy named Vaughn Meter who did a John F. Kennedy impersonation and made a lot lot of money.
I see what you're saying.
The largest.
And then something happened.
In 1960.
And then something happened.
In 1960, excuse me, in 1962 and 3.
Yeah.
The largest selling, in fact, I think for a while it was the largest selling audio album in history.
What?
Not just comedy.
I think it still might be in the top 10.
It was called The First Family with this comedian named Vaughn Meter, actor named Vaughn Meter.
I think it goes Vaughn Meter, then Pat Godwin's
way back when.
Yeah.
Pat, by the way, #1 on
still on Amazon new releases.
Amazon. There we go. Pat's album. We're going to get something from that coming up. Oh, I have a surprise for you too, Pat. Meaning you have work to do.
I hope it's more cake.
I thought it was a bonus.
Yeah.
More cake.
Yeah, the Vaughn Meter story is obviously it was this whole thing about the Kennedy family and after the tragic assassination of John Kennedy. Lenny Bruce famously got up on stage and said something like,
I'm holding up a sign that says Lenny Bruce said because I knew you were going to tell this story. Yeah.
It's a famous story. Why wouldn't I tell it? I mean, contextually, I think that...
Yeah, he said this is a tough day for Vaughn Meter.
Yeah. And then Vaughn went on to...
Nothing.
No, he became kind of a blues pianist. And
he did?
Yeah,
really?
He put out an album that no one bought.
There's actually a terrific podcast about this.
Is there really?
Yes.
Mo Rocca.
Mo Rocca. It's one of his obituaries. If you're ever interested in that album.
I wish he'd come back and do more episodes. Come on,
It's
Mo.
terrific. Anyway, I was just thinking of our friend Frank Caliendo, and he fortunately he can go back to Madden. Wait a minute. He'll move on. He'll find others he can do. Jess, do you have the thing about the elk?
Yeah, our elk update. Wildlife officials in Colorado have removed a tire that's been stuck around an elk's neck for the last 2 years.
They had to chop its head off, but still, they got the tire.
It's a good tire. It's a good tire.
Yeah,
According to Colorado Parks and Wildlife, the 600-pound elk was spotted near Pine Junction and tranquilized.
Oh.
Officers with the agency had to cut off the elk's 5-point antlers to remove the tire because they could not slice through the steel in the bead of the tire.
What?
Yeah, the tire must have had some kind of steel radial belt.
They all do. It's where the lip goes onto the wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But this tire, if you see this photograph, this tire is all the way around its neck. I mean, it's the poor critter.
Right. Officer Scott Murdoch says, we would have preferred to cut the tire and leave the antlers for his rutting activities, but the situation was dynamic and we had to just get the tire off any way possible. He added that they were quite shocked to see that the elk's neck was relatively unscathed. Prior to this successful attempt, the elk had repeatedly eluded officers' efforts to help since they spotted him in 2019.
Aren't there
2019? Think about that. So
Yeah.
for the elk anyway, 2021 has been a good year.
There we go.
There we go.
It was coming.
Very good.
Now, aren't there capillaries and things running through his
His
horns?
antlers?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You can cut their horns off.
You can cut them off. Yeah, isn't that sad?
Not while they're alive.
But it is a bummer because we're at the beginning of rutting season, so he's not going to be able to do all that.
Kind of looks like a dookie rope.
I know how he feels.
Man,
Thank you, Ace.
anything to say dookie.
Anything to say dookie, dookie rope. This is one hip reference. I just
Did you get
really...
that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom. I heard you talking about me. This is Ed the Elk.
Hey!
Hi, Ed.
What's going on, Ed?
I'm the elk in Colorado who have that tire around my neck.
Yeah. I heard they had to take off your antlers, huh?
Yeah. Can I sue these bastards?
Maybe, yeah.
And if I win, can I get my tire back? Do you know how much whitetail I've gotten over the past 2 years?
I can only imagine.
I was a celebrity, baby. Everybody knew me. Everybody wanted to graze near me, hang out, lick the salt with me. All the cows wanted to bang me.
Is that right?
Yeah. I told them they wouldn't get pregnant because I was already wearing a rubber.
Well, you have a sense of humor about it, Ed.
It was a very nice trigger. They liked talking to me because they thought I was sensitive and not afraid to wear jewelry out in public. They liked that. Plus, everyone thought I had a car.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
You must have a car.
Yeah. Now who am I? I'm nobody without this tire. I don't even have antlers because these sons of bitches saw them right off me.
Man, oh, man.
It's not like I need them to impress a bunch of cows. I've got my tire. Oh, wait, I don't have my tire anymore. Man, this is going to be a long, cold winter. No antlers, no Firestone. If I want any action, I'll just have to find a tree with a hole in it.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
And double check that there's no squirrels inside. I don't want to make that same mistake twice. Also, when I sue these jerks, can I get damages for them shooting me with a tranquilizer dart? That's not cool, man. We don't know what the effects of that dart could be.
It's true.
Right.
It's true.
I've read a lot of bad stuff about the reactions. I'm still doing some research. I'm anti-trank. It should be my decision. I gotta go.
All right. Thank you, Ed.
That was Ed the elk.
Ed the elk.
Yeah.
They took the tire off of his neck. We had that story about the worst first date.
Yes.
Got a letter here.
Yeah.
A letter.
What do you think here? After the worst first date story, I felt compelled to share this worst first date story
Boy.
that my friend lived through. She met a guy on a dating app, and their first date was to a popular chain steakhouse. She gets to the parking lot looking for him. He proceeds to get out of the passenger side of his mom's car.
Oh, God.
He's about 26 years old. My friend and him go inside, get seated. He immediately tells the waiter, it'll be separate checks. When the free rolls come, he proceeds to bring the entire basket to his side of the table with 3.5 rolls eaten by him alone. He finally looks up and asks her if she wants any, as he's eating the last one. They order the meals, and while they wait, he doesn't talk to her. When the food comes, he proceeds to eat everything with his fingers. Steak, broccoli, and mashed potatoes. At the end of the dinner, my friend pays for her meal.
Mashed potatoes with his fingers.
Now, don't be judgmental here. That's a good move sometimes.
Yeah.
My friend pays for her meal. He pays for his. He then asks if she can take him to the movie theater. She says yes, not sure why at this point, but she does. While on his way, they pass the jail, and he pronounces, hey, let's wave, my brother's in there. My friend books it to the theater, drops this fool off quick. She isn't even sure she fully stopped before telling him to get out of the car. I cannot make this up. Wow.
I never had a horrible first date. I had a first date that was the last date, but at the end of the date, I didn't want to walk out to the parking lot with him. And so I said, hey, I'm going to excuse myself. I'm going to use the restroom. And I was like, this was great. Thank you. Moving on, right? I thought he was going to leave. He was going to leave. I go to the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom, and he is right there. I mean, just like ear up against the door almost. And he looks at me. He goes, everything come out okay?
Oh, yeah.
What a joke.
And I was like, what? It was awful.
Wow.
That guy was Josh Arnold, wasn't he?
He was an Italian
It
doctor.
was funny then, and it's still funny.
I don't cut funny.
Never cut funny.
Wow. How many was this a regular date, or was this a date that was set up electronically?
No, I have never been on a dating app, but this was like 15 years ago, and it was a group of people that had met. Everybody else kind of left because they had set us up, and so they left.
Josh, have you ever been on an electronic date?
No.
Okay. All right. Ace?
What do you mean electronic date?
You know, set up with the magic of electricity.
I thought you meant dating
you
apps.
mean like
but
some guy named Tom Edison hooked us up? What are you talking about?
Phone calls an electronic date.
You mean on
Willie, you ever done the dating?
Yeah, certainly. You
Yeah.
bet. You meet with people, you see if there's any connection, any chemistry, and if not, see you later. Sayonara.
Have you done a FaceTime date like when we were in quarantine?
No. To me, a FaceTime is more intimate than a phone call. It's more intimate than one-on-one. It's just so odd.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
There's like 3 people I FaceTime, and then if you're not one of those people, you FaceTime me, I'll throw my phone out the window.
Oh,
Right.
man, I am FaceTiming you about 9 times this afternoon.
You know
wait
what?
and
Be
see.
careful what you wish for, because I'm going to answer everyone, and we're going to have long talks.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
How about them Red Sox there, Chick?
That's right. Woo!
Now, there was some really good news out of Boston yesterday. The Boston Marathon went off as scheduled. It's very important. Glad that happened.
They had a
But
staggered start.
I don't know if you saw this. Boston officials are asking residents to modify their Halloween decorations. They want them to take all their pumpkins and put them indoors.
Why?
Rats.
Oh, wow.
Officials in Boston are asking residents to keep their jack-o'-lanterns inside this year to reduce the activity of rats in the city. According to Boston 25 News,
We're on your side.
the Watertown Director of Public Health, Larry Ramden, said rat activity had
That's
already
the guy's
been...
name, Ramden.
Ramden.
R-A-M, Ramden.
Larry Ramden.
Think he's taken some grief in his lifetime?
Just a
His
little.
brother, Dick Ramden.
Well, Mr. Ramden said rat activity had already been increasing in neighborhoods following restaurant closures during the pandemic.
His sister married a guy named Dixon. Hyphenated her last name.
Oh, there you go.
I killed a rat with a mop one time.
What?
Never felt more alive.
Okay.
Rat mop. Rat mop.
Oh, yeah. Wham.
Oh, Ramden said once they find a food source, they don't keep it a secret.
Hey, it's pumpkin spice for rats, too.
Yeah, there you go. Imitating a rat, he said, hey, Joe, down the street has jack-o'-lanterns, and it's really good pumpkins, so you want to check it out?
Imitating a rat.
Was this a level 1 improv class?
I don't know.
Yeah, so anyway, I was imitating a rat here in Boston, and
So they don't want you to have your jack-o'-lantern outside because there's so many rats?
Right. Health officials are now asking residents to either keep real pumpkins inside or use fake pumpkins for their decorating year.
But what would be more scary for kids? You're trick-or-treating and there's a porch full of rats?
Oh, my gosh.
that'd be pretty scary.
That's cool.
How many pumpkins have you carved already?
Carved?
So far?
No, I've only carved the one.
Only carved one at this point?
It's a little early. They'll
Yeah, if it's too warm, they get gross.
Yeah, so the one I carved, but I've got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the one time I went to get pumpkins and I pulled into a church parking lot? I'm not going to say where, but I didn't see any sign for any price or anything. So I said I'll have 2 pumpkins, and the lady said that'll be $69 or $68 or $60.
I don't. You have a really bad memory.
It was $30 a pumpkin.
Well, it must have
Tom.
been some kind of charity.
Yeah, that's
It must have-
insane.
It must
I
have
don't know.
been.
Did you pay?
Of course, yeah. You can't back out on a church and a holiday.
You absolutely can.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com or listen live with the Bob and Tom app. And be sure to tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.